Every DAW has a history, a reason why it was started, an ideal customer that they are creating software for. Over time, DAWs get more popular and they grow. They add features, competing with each other, and trying to grow their customer base beyond their ideal original customer. Therefore, every DAW has features and workflows that they're great at, and others that seem like an afterthought, or at least less of a priority for the designers. For this reason, I recommend getting the DAW where you fit into the ideal customer group. Welcome to Sound Better Slider. So to help you figure out where you land, let's compare some of the major DAWs and in no particular order.
Thing 1.
Ableton Live. A quick note that Ableton is the company and the name of the DAW is just Live. However, it is common in the industry for people to either use both at once or just say Ableton. Live is often considered the best choice for electronic music, for stuff that has to do with live performance and loop-based production. It's known for its intuitive session view and clip launching capabilities where the clips start on beat no matter when you hit the button. It's a top pick for DJs and live performers. As a studio DAW, Live's strengths shine in genres like EDM and hip-hop and other electronic styles. Ableton is particularly excellent at changing the tempo of an audio recording while maintaining the correct pitch and retaining the timbre of the original sound. Live has a lot of capable stock plugins and virtual instruments. However, its current weakness is in the area of multi-microphone recording and editing workflows, particularly when it comes to creating comps or composite takes of things like acoustic drums or anything with more than one microphone at a time on an acoustic instrument. Live is compatible with both Mac OS and Windows. Live also comes in 3 tiers: Intro, Standard, and Suite, and they're priced accordingly. There will typically be a new version once in a while, along with an upgrade price if you want that newest version.
Thing 2.
Logic Pro. Logic, originally created by a company called eMagic and later bought by Apple. Logic was a MIDI-only program at first. Audio recording and proper DAW status came later, but it has come a long way since then, and it has expanded its ideal user from people who use MIDI to people who write music using the computer. It's still a very powerful MIDI and software instrument environment and comes with a whole lot of stock virtual instruments that are very usable, as well as audio plugins that are also solid. This cuts down on the amount of third-party plugins you need to consider immediately purchasing alongside your DAW choice. For this reason, it's probably the DAW that is the best value proposition when you consider the price, the free updates, and the stock instrument and audio mixing power. Some people say Logic Pro is an ideal DAW for singer-songwriters since they typically play either piano or guitar and need accompaniment from other instruments like drums, bass, and a variety of keyboard sounds. Its user interface is noteworthy because it has visual icons for tracks that are musical and eye-catching, so when you're trying to actually write music in your DAW, you can quickly locate the track you want. Logic is only on Apple's operating system, so the bad news is if you love Windows, no Logic for you. There is only one version of Logic with a lot of available free add-on downloads. In addition, updates are free, so let's hope Apple keeps it that way.
Thing 3.
Pro Tools. Pro Tools was originally designed to replace the function of a multi-track analog tape recorder used in a professional recording studio. Therefore, it's likely to be a top choice for audio engineers and professional multi-track recording studios. This means if the primary thing that you're doing is recording from microphones and acoustic, or sometimes electric, but mic'd with a microphone instruments, and specifically multiple microphone recording at once, then Pro Tools tracking and editing workflows will probably be best for you, especially when it comes to creating composite takes of multi-mic'd instruments like a drum set or multiple mics on an acoustic guitar or an acoustic piano. Although you can do MIDI and virtual instruments inside Pro Tools along with your audio, MIDI editing is not where Pro Tools shines. It's a little clunky and quirky. Pro Tools is technically compatible with both Mac OS and Windows. However, historically, more company resources at Avid are devoted to the Apple side of things. This means the Windows version can be a bit buggier and sometimes more difficult to install, depending on your hardware configuration, or at least that's been my experience. There are currently 4 tiers of Pro Tools, 1 free tier and 3 paid tiers. The free tier is currently called Pro Tools Intro, followed by Pro Tools Artist, Pro Tools Studio, and Pro Tools Ultimate. Historically, Pro Tools' free version has come and gone and then reappeared under different names, as well as the other tiers having gone through multiple name changes. So hopefully they stick with these names for a while. They are pushing the subscription software model, but I believe if you would like to buy your software outright, perpetual licenses can still be found. New versions of Pro Tools arrive every now and then, and the subscriptions will automatically have access to them, while the perpetual licenses will have to make sure that they're in good graces with the upgrade plan, which costs money.
Thing 4.
Cubase. Cubase is perhaps the most balanced DAW. To me, this means if your work is equal parts MIDI and audio recording, Cubase might be the right choice for you. Often favored by film composers or those writing music to video, Cubase is a fantastically powerful and capable DAW. Cubase is so feature-packed that it can be a bit intimidating for beginners. However, don't let that discourage you if you feel equally passionate about virtual instruments as you do acoustic instruments. Cubase does offer cross-platform capabilities, so whether you're a Mac or PC person, you are pretty much good to go. In my experience, Cubase seems to be fairly stable on both platforms. There are currently 5 different tiers of Cubase, and since they often change the names, I won't list them here. The company that makes Cubase is called Steinberg, and you can check their website for the details on comparing the various versions of Cubase. It's worth noting that they also make a product called Nuendo, which tends to be geared towards the audio for video post-production market, though at times I've known musicians and composers to use it as well. Cubase periodically releases new versions that will require an upgrade fee. There is typically a window of time to do your upgrade, and if you fall too many versions behind, you will have to pay full price for the newest version. I've waited and done this and been angry.
Thing 5.
FL Studio. FL is known for its pattern sequencer and its fast workflow, making it especially appealing to beat creators. However, FL Studio's audio recording capabilities are known to be somewhat limited, which can be a drawback for those who need more advanced recording features. While primarily available on Windows, FL Studio has been recently added to Mac OS, and I'm not sure how great it runs on there, but it is available. FL is formerly known as Fruity Loops and is made by a company called ImageLine, and there are 3 tiers of FL. We have Producer Edition, Signature Edition, and All Plugins Edition. FL does not charge for updates or upgrades to new versions, which they refer to as LFU or Lifetime Free Updates.
Thing 6.
Reaper. Reaper is a DAW with no frills. This means that the graphical user interface or the look of Reaper is not fancy. This is intentional though, because it frees up resources on your computer to focus on the actual DAW functions. Reaper is a highly customizable DAW and highly affordable, ideal for budget-conscious producers who want a powerful tool without breaking the bank. Known for its strong features and flexibility, Reaper comes with capable audio mixing plugins. But when it comes to virtual instruments, you'll need to add those from third-party companies to create a complete production setup. Many engineers and producers appreciate Reaper for its efficiency and streamlined software. Let me just say, if you're a PC builder nerd and you don't care about how nice your DAW looks, you may want to start with Reaper. Reaper is available on Mac OS, Windows, and Linux. There's only 1 tier, but there are new versions with numbers associated, and you'll need to upgrade to the next version if you want to stay up to date. I personally own 3 different DAWs. Guess which 3 in the comments. And if you like this video, tell YouTube about it with your thumb. And for more videos from me,
Please subscribe, it keeps the channel alive.
if you want me to email you,
Sign up for the newsletter. It's not spam, it's way, way better.